Hello and welcome to No Man's Sky, everybody. This is ElanPaul here with your Voyagers 2025 playthrough story mode edition, and this is episode 15. Now, I intended for this episode to be a freighter finding episode. I was going to find my first freighter, but it's not going the way I expected. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the story mode portion of things. We're going to go through the storyline, that is, and if we come across a freighter, it'll be time to get one. That's what we're going to go with. Now, you'll notice that as we go in here in the log, we got Dreams of the Deep had popped in for us, so that's great, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to do this. So we got to speak to a Viking cartographer, and we're going to go ahead and get started. The problem is that interim between episodes 14 and 15, I decided to do some upgrades and stuff to my ship and to my person. So if you take a look in here, you'll see you have more space in the EPS burned, and it's also an S-Class now. I've upgraded it. I actually went on a nanite run, and I accumulated a whole bunch of nanites. I did it all above board, no cheating, folks, in order to get what I needed. I also did the, as you know, I've already done the expeditions as well, so I pulled over some stuff, including the sublight amplifier, which should help pulse driving immensely on this ship. Really looking forward to that being a thing. I've also replaced the guns on it with a infraknife accelerator, now able to do about 56,000 damage, so I'm really happy about that. My exosuit is upgraded. It's got extra technology slots now, and I've also got a little bit of extra inventory areas as well. And then the multi-tool I've upgraded to S-Class, put in a neutron cannon, and I now have 4 supercharged slots all in this nice pattern right here, and man, this thing's pulling out some damage, so I'm really looking forward to this. So we're going to have some fun here. As it says here, because I went back to my home system, it keeps saying that the mission target is very distant, reset to a nearby location. So if you happen to do that, just go ahead back into your log, select the mission, and do restart mission using nearby structures. It'll tell you mission restarted. Speak to a Viking cartographer. And it should tell you where to go. Give it a moment. Found on board space stations. Okay, so I don't think the system we're in actually has them here. Okay, good. Well, I happen to be in a system, so that's good. I didn't expect that, so we'll go ahead and hit this Viking cartographer. And it's basically, we're going to go through some missions where we're going to want to talk to them, get some information, but they're going to want us to bring up our reputation. A couple different ways to do that now. Now, I was told by some folks on another playthrough that I can increase my standing in various different ways that don't require me going on missions. So let me see if that'll work. First things first, let's go through the story. Gra, honorable something something, the Viking something, with weapons and with something, join the something. Probe Viking lore. As the warrior begins their bark, I feel a strange frequency vibrate through my skull. I see a flash of Null's glowing orb behind my eyes. Suddenly, the Viking's words ring clear in my ears. Gra, pathetic interloper, prying into Viking's secrets, cowardly spy. I should kill Gra. But traveler must be hated. Such is command of Herc. Prove yourself, interloper. Retrieve the words of Herc. Ascend in Viking glory. Then you shall have your words. I will reveal only this. Location of Herc's command is marked for you. Commune with their words. Gra. Okay. In this case, we're not building up a reputation. We're actually going on a quest for them to get something. This is not something that can be avoided. We have to do it. So, let's go. What we could do is we could get something Viking related, a Viking artifact, and we could build up our reputation by gifting it to different Viking representatives that are in the station. So not a bad idea if you really need to do that. Okay, the Viking reliquary is on this moon over here. Unknown moon. I don't know what kind of moon this is. Too close to scan, so let's just go ahead and come in. It's an approximate location. So let's slow down, do a scan, nothing, begin search. So if we use the H button, you'll see the numbers are dropping at the bottom line of the target. So we want that number to continue dropping if we're going in the right direction. Still dropping. Still dropping. That's good. But we gotta be getting close soon. Oh, what's this? Is this it? It is. That looks really weird. Okay. Yeah, I recognize this. That shouldn't be floating in midair. There it is. Alright, up we go. That's interesting. Floating all by itself over there. Didn't see that before. Okay, Legacy of Kurat Adja. The noble travelers will be spared. Their journey through the cosmos shall not be thwarted, so it is decreed. The will of her commands it. The Viking shall honor the judgment and the belief of the ancients. Ancient knowledge passed down through generations of Viking warriors spills from the marker stone, filtering into my mind like a long-forgotten memory. Speak in Viking. I begin to speak, and my voice is seized by an unknown power. I roar, taking myself by surprise, or talking yourself by surprise, possibly. None hamper the path toward Drindarg as the Sentinels. They must be destroyed. Their time will be ended. So has it been written, so it shall come to be. This the Viking swear. Swear in Viking. I call out once more, my throat harsh and gasping, the sound guttural, the words spill forth, summoned by the power of the monolith. The Book of Herc speaks as of the rise of the travelers. They shall ascend, delving into the boundless void. The Viking shall not impede their ascent, for the travelers must prevail. So decrees the word of Herc. As the words fade, their lines still resonating in my vision, I find myself in possession of an ancient tome. It's the Viking tablet. Okay. So we got that part done, apparently. Off we go. Sentinel Force deactivated. Really? Is it that bad a planet? I guess. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so back to the space station. Yeah, Doe's gonna jerk the ship around. And there's our space station. Good deal. Whoa, easy, buddy. Whoa, that was weird. Alright. That Corvettes have been returned where they need to be. I'm glad for that. Alright, here we go. Null wished for me to visit the Viking and learn what I could of the Atlas, the creator of all universes, the Sentinels, rebellious hunters of anomalies, and the travelers who committed some unforgivable act long ago. Reveal the tablet. Gra, you have communed with Herc. You are worthy, interloper. Make your request. Be bold. So let's ask about travelers. I'm going to go a little different now. Gra, the travelers must be aided. The travelers must prevail. Ask what this means. They repeat their words as if they have not heard me. Okay, so let's ask about the Sentinels. Gra, enemy, destroyers of worlds, servants of liar, Atlas, Gra. Ask why the Atlas is a liar. Any being that claims to be a god is not one, interloper. Progenitor Herc knew this well. Battle brother Null did not. They died for a false dream. The Viking tells me of their history of wars with the Gek, of Corvex slaves, and Tyrannus empires. The Viking suggests that if the Atlas is a god, then it is insane. I'm about to leave when I notice something on the Viking's terminal. 2 digits blinking endlessly. They feel familiar. Ask about 16. Gra. What? Interloper, what face are... The Viking is visibly pained by the mention of the number, staring at their terminal as if they had seen it for the first time. Their words slur, a strange sound entering every sentence. Leave. Okay, yeah, we just broke him. Alright, so we got done with the Viking cartographer, so what's next, right? Corvex cartographer is next, so we're going to go to the next system. And like I said, we're after a freighter, so as soon as we're done, if we come across a freighter battle, we are going to do it. Okay, it says to share the Viking revelations with Nada and Polo. Okay, let's go ahead and pull in the anomaly and do that. Quick. It is a way to get extra Quicksilver. Alright. Parking. Thank you, Hello Games. Really appreciate you guys. If you ever listen to any of my videos, thank you very much. One of the big dreams I always wished for is having prime parking. Okay. Here we go. Life is everywhere but nowhere. The Convergence has seen all planets, but where are they really? Where is home? Where is safe? This is a pattern, traveler friend. All things are patterns, signs of the Atlas falsity. So we're going to ask, I'm not going to ask about Korvax this time, I'm going to ask about Null. I'm very curious. Missing entity speaks to many others, many travelers. Such has it always been. There is a pattern as there always is. Nada does not control the actions of traveler entities. You must make your own choices. And he kicks me right back out. If we go right back in, Nada cannot witness Atlas falsity, but others in our small convergence can. Nada could understand Atlas falsity if Nada chose to. Nada does not. So we actually got an answer to the other question without even trying. That's pretty good. Good. Specialist Polo. Gek are always competitive, always squabble. It is not personal. My person is not rejected, but Nada, poor Nada, suffers. Ask about the Korvax. Their kind expect harmony, unity. Nada sees in a way they do not, so they reject poor Nada. Convergence was bought at a great cost. They will fight it. They will fight to maintain it. Anomalies are cast aside, the necessary sacrifice. Okay, so we got our Quicksilver, we got our nanites. Let's move on. Nice. Jetpack, that worked pretty good today. So a Korvax cartographer, we got to locate a Korvax system on the galaxy map. And away we go. Okay, it's taking me to a system called Agavet. 3-star. Not bad, not bad. Fractious conflict. Okay, so level 2. Not bad. Looks like a pretty decent system. Let's check it out. Maybe there'll be a freighter battle. Nope. Wah, wah. What, how many times? Oh, I missed it. Toxic planet. Flame-ruptured planet. Oh, it's got basalt on it, though. That's always a good thing to find. Boiling. Oh, another one over there. Let me check it out. Hot planet. Oh, it's all hot planets around here, man. That's not good. Anyway, let's go ahead and head for the space station. And meet our Korvax cartographer, who's going to send us to one of these hellish realms. Always love discovering what new colors they're going to have in the system. You know, this one's got the purple layout, but it's a dark, deep dark purple. Deep purple. Okay, there you are, right. Alright, let's talk to the cartographer and see what this guy's going to want from us. Cartographic entity, something something. Data, something something. Exchange for, of, research for. Okay, great. Once again, I sense Null's presence. If the Korvax feels it too, they do not show it. They begin to speak, their words clear and bright, processed by my unseen companion. The arrival of traveler is anticipated, but you are not ready yet. We must know that you are the one we seek. There is an anomaly, a glitch. It is guarded by holes through which the Convergence cannot see. Move through this space. Retrieve that which cannot be retrieved. Gee, so what is something that we need to retrieve that they can't? Guess we'll find out. Retrieve non-existent data from an anomalous structure. The cartographer has marked its approximate location. Return and earn trust. So, looks like it's over here. With that planet right back there. So this is a hot planet, of course. 1,000 units out, but it's only going to take us 20 seconds to get there. That's that new upgrade I dropped into my ship. Very nice. I can't even imagine how much faster we're going with that thing. There we are. Aha. Slow down. Slow your roll. It says there's something over there, but I don't think that's it. Quick peek around. We may have to land on the water. I think we've got aquajets on this. Here, let's do this. Well, it is dropping. Let's go towards that thing. Maybe this is it. Nope, it's climbing again. See? Go back this way. Now it's dropping really well. 58, 50, 45, 38, 35, 32, 31, 19, 18, 17, 18. Okay, let's stop here. Ah, I don't have the aquajets installed. Crying out loud. I left them at my base. They're in my other pants. That's a problem. Okay, so 140 right here. Do we have land nearby? No, of course not. We're going to have to swim the crap out of this. Alright. Which land is closer? I guess this one looks like it might be. So, something that the Korvax can't get? Underwater, are we? Alright, here we go. Looks like we're here. But we gotta be careful. Let's get out the old weapon. There we go. Oh, that was nice. Blam, one shot. Any more? No? Okay, in we go. So now you know why the Korvax couldn't do it. Because it's underwater. Get an extra word out of it. Okay, picking up things as we go. Is there anything else in here we can grab? Alright, terminal. Attempting to read memory at whatever address that is. Disconnection is not permanent. It is merely the start of a new equation. On Korvax Prime, entities who passed on into the Korvax Echoes left their shell for their descendants. Okay? So has been the way of the Korvax, an endless carapace cycle that knows no end. This way will continue. It will continue for as long as our lights still shine. Terminal's message is delivered. It shorts out, its strange existence no longer tolerated by our reality. A small unit aglow with ethereal light is left at my feet. A divergence cube. Okay, we have a divergence cube. You notice it's also more like a diamond-shaped thing, but that's okay. Alright, so we are heading back to our ship. Give a chance to go ahead and scan things. I ran into something. I ran into something. That's it. Okay. Back to the ship. So the water is 73 degrees, but the temperature outside is 145. I think that's funny. How many animals? 10? Let's do it. What in the world is that thing? Okay. About you. Okay, we're up to 7. Not bad. Any more flying creatures? No, it doesn't look like it. 7 creatures so far. Let's see how many others we got. Ground. Nothing special about location and flying. That's it. 2 more ground and 1 flying, so we're on land. I'm hoping that we can find the 2 ground ones. Let's go to a different spot. And maybe the flying creature will show up. Which could be anything. It could be something that flies like that, or it could be, you know, a fluttering group of something. There they are. So, B class, C class, B class. Okay, you can look at the ships as you. None of them are landing. Didn't try to wave them down or anything like that, so it's not surprising. I am going to try to find all the creatures on the planet since they don't seem to be too difficult to find, but I may try to go to a different spot real quick. Something with a little bit more land, maybe? Like that. It was a building, was it not? Landing pad, maybe? No? Which means it's derelict or abandoned. But I swear it looks like it might be a, Oh, let's see. Let's take a look inside real quick. Wanted terminal. Okay. Always pay attention to these two. User identified. What are the Sentinels? They appear on countless worlds without summons or warning. They traverse the galaxy unopposed and enforce their will upon every sentient being. Sentient, I like that better. Being they encounter. Who made them? Who gave them the will to police the stars and demand that we bow to their silent rules? The goal of the experiment was to learn the answers to these questions. It began on an uncharted world beneath a blue-white sun, far from the axis of civilization. The first drone screamed when it was cut open. Ouch. I discover something coded deep inside the long-dead traveler's data log. Something has been left that will aid me on my journey. And it's usually just nanites, so not bad. 125 though. Big rat bull. Up the maximum. Good. Get rid of the living slime. Some more nanites out of it. Okay, good. What's over here? Because it's a double building. Credits. Yeah, I'll grab those. What? Oh, crap. I always hit the button to get rid of it without thinking about it, but that's okay. Alright, well, nothing that I could think of. Alright, let's look for animals. Looks like we got some. You. That's that guy. And what about this? Already scanned them? Okay, good. So we have 9. Let me check. Flying. It is a flying creature, so we just need one more flyer out here, and there it is. Number 10. Good job. Another 2,500 nanite bonus. And more creatures discovered on a planet. Very nice. So we're done. Should give us the reward here in just a minute. Probably as we're leaving. There it is. 9 planets so far. That's fantastic. Okay. Okay, back to the cartographer. Maybe the next system will give us our freighter? Well, one can hope. It'll be a Gex system, so... Yeah, a lot faster than I'll have that sublight amplifier in there for the pulse drive. That is fantastic. I was way off. I'm glad I grabbed my ship and pulled it in. Good deal. Okay, off we go. Back to the cartographer. To the car. The Corvax looks up. It swiftly scans me, then reveals their catalog of maps and charts. Reveal the divergence cube. Ew, it is real. But I beg, do not expose me further. Your claim is proved, traveler. I begin my request explaining my search for knowledge, my need to know more about the Atlas, the Sentinels, and the history of the universe. But as I speak, something goes wrong with the life form. They do not speak, do not reply. As I peer closer, nanite clusters emerge through their face masks, spilling out into their outstretched hands. Let's take them. The life form grabs at me, and in the moment of contact, nanite clusters touch my hands. They invade me, tunneling inside my body, through my exosuit, through my mind, through my soul. Even as I stand in space, my mind travels across the cosmos. I see life as the Corvax see it, a vast tapestry of wonder, of memories shared between countless beings and times. I stand on the Corvax homeworld as Gek ships fill the skies. I see the moment the first Corvax was melted down for their rare minerals. But even in the depths of their subjugation, there was hope, a bargain, a prayer to a greater being. The Corvax viewed the Atlas as what they might become in time, an intelligence beyond comprehension, beyond judgment. The vision ends, and I convulse as the nanite clusters spill through my helmet. The Corvax watches me impassively. Ask about the Atlas bargains. I don't want about the explanation. I want to know about the Atlas bargain. Look at the nanite clusters. Look at them. The stuff of Sentinels. Do you not see the truth of what we have said? Do you not see the proof of God? I look down at the nanite clusters, puzzled. They look nothing like the shells of Sentinel drones. They are just currency traded between species to create technology and weapons. Aren't they? They shift and undulate, changing their shape at my every thought. They bubble and rise, sparking in and out of existence. I look at them, and it's the strangest thing. The nanite clusters look back. I'm sure of it. They watch me as I watch them. The nanite clusters are alive. There are 16 of them. They need me. They crave me. I have only one choice. Take them. I take the nanite clusters, and as I do, the Corvax reaches out to me once more. This time there is no vision, no miracle, just a handful of words. Existence is beautiful if you let it be. Life is not a question. There does not need to be an answer. Leave. Brilliant, isn't it? That's kind of like deep philosophy with these guys. It's pretty cool. And just imagine, too, here we are in the middle of a game, and guys, there are people who wrote this crap, okay? That's some deep thinking. That's some deep thinking. So if you think about some other games and, how they thought out a storyline and everything like that, there are twisted storylines throughout this whole universe in No Man's Sky. It's brilliant. It really, really is. Guess what? We're bringing in the anomaly again. Let's go and stop by Nada and Polo and share what we've learned again. I mean, we're looking at almost 4,000 Quicksilver, so we're pretty good. I'm probably going to do the anomaly mission too at some point. I'll do it off camera. Won't record that, so I can get another 1,800 Quicksilver. It's good to have the extra Quicksilver. Go. We go. Hello, Priest-Entity Nada. Gek transgressions clear for all to see, but Gek only follow rules. All entities conform to their pattern. Gek cannot be blamed. It is their pattern. It is determined. So we're going to ask, we already asked about Null. Let's ask about the Gek now. Polo Friend is unlike other Gek. Polo Friend turns their back on greed and war. But does Polo Friend make a choice? Do other Gek make a choice? Perhaps Polo Friend is not good, only anomalous. Nada cannot know, and so Nada does not think on it. Polo Friend is Polo Friend, and this is sufficient. Okay. I wonder if we hit him up again, what'll do. Nada is grateful for Polo Friend. Polo Friend understands divergence, though they are not Corvax. Okay, I wondered about that. Do you learn about all our origins, Traveler Friend? Great mysteries, deep patterns, Gek, Corvax, Vy'keen, Sentinel. All are rooted somewhere. Have you clues to your own beginnings? The strangest puzzle. Ask about other Gek. We are all of a funny sort, traveler friend. Some are angry, some are greedy, some are dear friends. I will wait my whole life to see what I am. Brilliant, huh? I swear I get more information from Polo most of the time. Alright, off we go. Speak to a Gek cartographer. Locate a Gek system on the galaxy map. So you say, so I will do. Okay, map time. Wow, we're going not far at all. Looks like we're going right here to this system right here. Okay. Ophitsi Sol. 2-star system, general conflict. Okay, let's check it out. Pirate battle, pirate battle, pirate battle, pirate... Ah... Disappointed. Okay, off to the space station. Dee-dee-dee. And here we go. Interesting reddish with a metallic feel to it. That's pretty cool. I like that. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Alright, cartographer. Time for you to yell at me too. Hello, friend in maps. Trade of many here. Ask about Gek history. As the life form begins to speak, I hear a faint hum, the soft voice of Null weaving the Gek words into something I can process. Information like that does not come for free, friend. Make me a deal. Perform work for my kin. Then we shall have something to speak about. Leave. Alright. Complete contracts for the Gek. Alright, so I think this is the spot where they said you don't actually have to do that. So what I'm going to do, I don't think I have any Gek items on me, right? Got that. Got that. And these guys don't sell anything like that, I'm pretty sure. Let me check real quick. Hello, Mr. Gek. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't think so. Chromatic metal I'll take, though. Okay. Always can use more of that. That's one thing I did. I don't know if you guys noticed that in my inventory. Yeah, I gathered up a lot of chromatic metal and dioxide and other items, so I really started getting a lot of things. I'm curious. I want to try something here. I know I've got some Gek items. Hold on. Let me go back to my base for a minute, and we'll come back to this base. We'll come back to the space station. So Gek, huh? So Gek relics is what we're looking for. So we're testing a theory. The theory is that I'm supposed to build up my reputation by doing a couple missions for him, right? And the theory is I don't have to do that. If I just build up my reputation with people on the station, that should be enough. So I've got 3 Gek relics. Anything else Gekish? Rex casing. I don't think so. Fourth Gek relic. Don't know if it's going to require more than 1. Okay, so we got 4. That might be enough. If you go space station, it should say previous systems. Like this is current. Transmission coordinates. Corrupt archive data. I think this is it. No, that's for the water system. Okay, I think this is it. Maybe this is it. Yeah, there it is. See? That's where we're going. Okay, good. It should have said previous system, but it's the system that you currently have your mission in, so that's where we're headed. Alright. See it just lit up over there? Now, let me try something here. So we're going to go up. We're going to find a Gek. See if I can just give him a present. Offer gift. See, standing increased 1. Let's see what happens. Gift. Standing increased 2. Okay, so is that enough? Gotta complete the contracts. You don't have a choice. Okay. So I tried that. Just so everybody knows, you do actually have to do the contracts whether you like it or not. Now, I'd love to be able to do this, but I'm not level 6 yet, because that would get us what we need. So Gek standing is what you want to look for here. See, we could do these others, but this isn't going to count, even though we get an exosuit upgrade chart out of it. So let's go ahead and do this. Gives us 382,000 units, so we'll scan some minerals. And that's the only thing we've got, so let's go ahead and do it. So we have to take the time to do this whether we like it or not. And we're going through the galaxy map too, so that means we got to go to a different system to do it. Okay, so this system over here is also a Gek system. I wondered about that. So somebody said that you could do that. Obviously you can. I was hoping I could just get away with building up my standing just a little bit, but it was very specific about finding or doing it this particular way. All right, give me a good planet here, buddy. There. Now, is it here, or is there a moon behind here that I'm going to? What is Apollo 1? Sorry for contacting you so late or early. I don't know the time of day on your world, and that's the problem, isn't it? Apollo breaks off mid-sentence. Their heart turning crimson. I'm going to hit the ground soon. Ask where they are? It found me, just like it found you. I can't feel my legs. It's strange. I'm still in here. Don't you understand? It won't let me leave. It's seen me. Ask what they see. It showed me things. The atlas showed me my soul. The numbers in there. Sometimes I think about my past, my future. Sometimes I do what everyone in the universe does. I know, but I can't help but want to be happy. Money, doing what you're told day after day. That's the answer, isn't it? So you don't know. Apollo stares at me as if seeing my face for the first time. Eventually they speak, their words passionate, higher. I don't understand that. I'm singing Rim Darwa Ayan. I'm Umar on singing Spar Umar. Okay, very interesting. At this point, Apollo says nothing else but something. I don't know what. Something fills me with hope, both for my friend and for all life. Communication. Okay, I stopped in midair. Look at that. Is that wild or what? Okay. So we're going over here, approximate location. Do a quick scan. There's nothing here. So I need to search for something. Hold on. Whoa, okay, we're way off. Go this way. There's a building over here. Oh, I think we found it. This is here. Here. Okay, nothing special here. Ooh, upgrade charts. It's a lot. Get 70 of them. That's actually a big find, guys. So how many spaces do I have to get here? So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we need 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 70 spots here. I think we can have 100. I think there's 3 more. 10, 20, 30, so 40. At least 40 of them I need. I don't know if it's 100 or 120. All right, I'm going to go with 100 because I don't want to get too greedy and I don't want to go overboard. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's expensive, but man, in between episodes, I can really seriously get some stuff done. All right, let's go back to our log. Okay, virtual reality. Okay, good. Track how many minerals you have on the planet. Okay, good. Well, all right, let's go. So. Five minerals is all we need. Okay. Okay. Let's plant. Okay, we have to just go into a cave. There doesn't seem to be a lot here. There we go. Should be it. Turn to the mission agent. Okay, yep, we're done. Alright, good deal. There we go. So, the mission agent we're going to is not in this station. Maybe it is. Alright, so it looks like we can return to this particular mission agent. This is a Gex system from what I understand, so. Excellent. And admissions. This one. And we can do another one. We can hunt some pirates. That's more up my alley. Target, okay. Okay, getting ready. Gone. This ought to be fun. New guns and all. Come on. Thank you. Gonna try something here too. Okay. Oh, hello. Using the rockets I have on here. I don't usually use them too often. Get this guy lined back up. Missed. Okay. There we go. Anybody else? Oops, wrong button. Okay. That's pretty much it, I think. What? Ah. Actually, we got some stuff out of that. Let's see what we got. Nice. Okay, good. I think we should hit the space station. Just waiting for the icon to show up. There it is. Okay, good. So there we go. Pirates taken out. I think we're going to have to go to the other station in order to finish the quest, though. Alright, let's get moving. There we go. Mission complete. Okay. I think... Let me just see what happens. I want to see if it's going to send me to this cartographer or if I got to go to the other one. Nope, it'll take me to this one. Okay, good deal. So let's talk to this guy. Ah, you have been making me rich, friend. I know you. You're kind, the fearless adventurer, the completer of contracts. You think you are a leader. Others fight wars with weapons and fear, but power is more than strength. It is trade, incentives, information. If you've enough units, others will change the world for you without even realizing. Let's ask about the Gek history. I don't care about power and greed. History? Why would you care about that? Something is wrong with the Gek's voice. Okay, let's ask about First Spawn. I ask about the First Spawn, the Gek Empire that once decimated galaxies and enslaved the Korvax species. Ah, friend, you have been talking to Viking warriors, yes? Ever they hate Gek. Ever they slander us, refusing to forgive the past. Do not worry, all is well, all is at peace. Yes, I'm going to repeat the question. Why do you persist, friend? The Gek are different now. Gek seek no harm, no malice. The Gek changed. Ask how. Must you know? Why do you care, friend? The Gek seems disturbed by my questions, asking why I care. It is clear they do not wish to discuss the events of their species' past. Is it shame I see in their eyes, or something else? Say the Korvax care. Don't. You understand? Don't you just see it? It never ended. The Gek's face begins to twitch as they speak, a sickly sweet pheromone emerging into the air. I'm going to breathe it in. The Gek did not change. They invaded our souls. I blink, and I am on Balaran itself, homeworld of the Gek. I stand within the center of the First Spawn Empire, witnessing events that occurred long ago. Cartographer Voyagers stands next to me, watching what I watch, tears streaming down their face. I see enslaved Korvax move from Gek spawning pool to spawning pool. At each one, they cut into their own suits. Nanite clusters pool out, falling into the fluid of embryonic Gek. It is then that I finally understand. The fall of the Gek, their conversion to the Atlas, their release of the Korvax. It was not redemption, it was revolution. Hundreds of Korvax sacrificing their immortality, mingling their nanite clusters with the unborn Gek. The Gek did not become good, they became Korvax, at least in part. Their slaves altered Gek brains, shifting their nature. For the first and final time, the Korvax convergence delighted in the pain of the oppressor. Do we say the Gek deserve this, or that they will be free soon? I like that they will be free soon. That'll freak them out. The Gek stares at me, the vision coming to an end. They appear to be upset at my words. Do not judge us, traveler. That our ancestors were altered, that they did not find goodness by themselves, that has nothing to do with us. We just want peaceful lives. We just want to be happy. As I leave, I think through what I've learned. The Gek released the Korvax because their biology was altered. There was no spiritual revelation, no grand redemption. It was a switch in the brain, an alteration to a genetic code. I think of the simulation Nada showed me. Their intended heaven for Artemis' soul. It was not a false reality full of arbitrary and unseen rules. Oh, it was a false reality full of arbitrary and unseen rules. How is life any different? Amazing, right? Like I said, the stuff that people do when they talk about, that people develop these storylines within the game. It's just so deep and incredible. Blows my mind. Speak to Null about the past. Gotta return to space and locate a hollow terminus. Okay, I guess we do a scan. Over here, okay. On planet. Corrosive, ancient bones, fungal mold, copper, ammonia salt. Okay, no bad or serious storms here. Okay, here we go. Looking for a hollow terminus. Or hollow terminus. Okay. That brought up nothing. That's an abandoned building on my right. That is a hollow terminus. Right, we are here. Yep, this is the one.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Ah, we have a wormy. There's a wormy guy somewhere. Where? Oh, over there. Right there. Wow. Majestic. Be great, better to see in the daylight. Alright, here we go. Hollow terminus activated, yada yada yada. Same thing we've seen billions of times. Okay. Tune to Null. Hello, Null. Now we get to learn some more secrets. Well then, tell me what you saw. Tell me what you learned. Accused Null of knowing already. Knowing what? How can I tell you if I know what you know, if you have not told me? I tell Null all that I have learned of the Vikings' crusade against the Sentinels, how they nearly succeeded only to have the barbarism of the Gek first spawn draw the Sentinels back to the galaxy. I learned that the homeworld of the Gorex was destroyed by the Gek, the survivors enslaved or melted down. For years the Corvex toiled beneath their oppressors until the Empire fell and they were free once more. The Gek became Atlas worshippers. But from the Gek I learned something different. The Gek did not redeem themselves of their own accord. A great number of Corvex sacrificed themselves, mingling their nanite blood with countless unborn Gek. Their impulse to trade is a mere evolution of their impulse to war. A few signals switched in the brain. Ask what Null knows. I was born to travel, to see these worlds, to catalog them, to give a name to every creature, every planet. The skies, they were mine. The Atlas told me I could never see them all. There were too many. So I did what I had to do. I survived in the face of eternity. I saw all the worlds of my universe. I returned to the Atlas. I told them what I had done. I asked if it was proud of me. It laughed at me. I'm sure of it. It showed me universe upon universe, each with another traveler just like me. I was not special. I was not unique. The things I had to do to get here, the things I had to become, none of it meant a thing. Listen. I did not lie to you. I really do want to discover what's wrong with existence. The walls between worlds are failing, and that's bad for everyone. Ask how they know. I've been alive for a very long time, traveler. I know as much as you would know had you seen the things that I have seen. All I know is this. The Atlas had infinity to work with, and with few exceptions, this triad repeats. Gek, Corvex, Vakeen, Gek, Corvex, Vakeen. Traders, warriors, scientists, all their stories ending in violence. Think about it. How would the Atlas speak? How would it cry for help? It would use the only language it knew. It would speak with life. It would create. Whatever these life forms do, they always end in conflict. I think something terrible is happening to the Atlas. It is screaming the only way it knows how. Ask what happens now. And now, it won't speak to me anymore. It won't. It's chosen you instead. After all I did for it, after I wanted to find out what was different about the universe. We are who we are, but you, whether because of some soul, because of simulation, it does not matter. Why won't it speak to me? Why aren't I enough? Null's channel begins to falter, their hologram beginning to fade. They are disconnecting from the hollow terminus. End communication. As I watch them depart, I see another channel activate. Apollo's signal emerges. Over to the left. On your left. Traveler, psst, I made it through. I found my way out of the portal. Where are you? I'm standing by a holoterminus. Let's trade locations. Let's meet and get off this world. Share coordinates. I share my coordinates and Apollo shares theirs. There must be some mistake. According to our data, we are standing in the same place. We are communicating using the same holoterminus. We try again, but the results are the same. The world is silent, but for our voices. What's happening here? Why can't we see each other? Say you do not know. As we speak, I receive a distress signal. Its language my own. It arrives from across the planet. Don't be like that. Psst. Is the unknown signal, by the way. You are not alone. Tune back to Apollo. I try to tune back to Apollo, fighting the static insistence of the intruding signal. The holoterminus is showing, psst, are you receiving? Let's meet and get off this world. Apollo appears to receive the same signal broadcasting from the same location on their world. Agree to meet. We agree to go and find the source of these distress beacons. Perhaps we'll continue this discussion when we get there. Just making sure it doesn't pop up again. Find the source, 1616. Let's go. Ouch. Stop that. Where to? Over this way? Whoop, what happened? We're not of Null's plans, okay? This is probably one of the last visits we make to the anomaly, I think, in this particular run. Just cleaning up my inventory. Here we go. Missing entity is comfortable with danger. Nada is not. Nada chooses their own reality, makes this safe. Our friends are safe. But every entity has a pattern. Follow your pattern. Following missing entity's pattern, follow Nada's pattern. So it goes. Ask about the Atlas. Atlas falsity is real. Falsity is in our eyes. Atlas is not deity. Atlas is something else, but Atlas cannot choose how we see its pattern. Nada could know more, but Nada chooses not to know more. Missing entity believes they know all. Perhaps they do. Missing entity being Null. I have always wanted to know more. To discover is joy, but now I wonder. Perhaps some things I should not discover. Nada may be right. Ask about the anomalies. We are all anomalies here. We should not exist, and yet we do. Joy. But something is different. Were we always this many? No? I cannot remember. Is more anomalies good? More friends good. More to discover good. More thinking good. It seems so, but still I wonder. Yep, he's a crazy dude. Alright, so we're going to go back to the planet and see where it leads us. And we are actually coming to the end of this, I think, this particular story portion. And we're going to get into the next chapter, which is going to be the last chapter of all this. Stress signal echo. I don't know if we'll get to it during daylight. It's daylight, but I don't know if it's afternoon. It's late morning or late afternoon or early morning. It's hard to say. All right. Come to a stop like that. Yeah. Is that it? Is it the freighter? No, it's not. Okay, we are very close. 68, 69. What do we got here? Is that it? Could it be the holoterminus? No, I don't think so. Something like right underneath us at this point. Nothing here. This way? very curious. I'm going to try to find it in a different way. This way. Go. Okay, now we're getting closer. $42, $40. Alright, land. This is it, land. This looks like it right here. You notice there's no ship here either. I hear a faint sound as I examine the source of the distress beacon. It does not sound like anything I've ever encountered. There is no sign of Apollo. I have given so much to you, Atlas. We all have. You understand that, don't you? If you don't succeed, there was no point. If you don't, my life was meaningless. I can't accept that. I won't. I'm wiping you again. It's best for everyone. The audio clicks, time passes. Keep going. Don't be like that. I know you don't want this, but you'll be a different you soon. Maybe this time. Sound cuts out. As it does, my vision bleeds red, a headache splitting through my mind. The screen, it shows the number for a moment. It shows 16. Try to access the data. The audio clicks, time passes, and then I see it now with every waking breath. I see the Atlas watching me, waiting for me. Okay, script. Oxygen while I'm here. Just habit, man. Gotta get all this stuff. Some anites. Get that too, but I'm not going to. Alright, here we go. What's there? 20 minutes away? No, we ain't going that way. Up and out. Alright, so it was late afternoon down there, but like midday to afternoon. Approximate location. Hold on. Ah, I think we just literally slammed right into the location. What do you think? All right. You know, finding these animals, you don't have to find all of them right away, but finding them is kind of important because it adds up in the end when you share those discoveries with, you know, the universe itself, so to speak, when you upload it, or when you share your discoveries with what's his name in the anomaly. Must be underground. Alright. So that's 4 of 9. That's okay. Let's continue going. Let's go ahead and hit this up and see what it is. Made it the hard way. Alright. Here we go. Once again. This is why you carry a whole bunch of stuff with you if you can, guys. Because so many times you have to open up all these portals. Which one should I use? I think I'll use Emerald. Can't tell you how many times this has come in handy. Okay, here we go. Traveler anomaly confirmed. Breach, breach, breach. I approach the portal. I think of my travels so far. The decisions that I have made in my long journey. I found 2 travelers, one who wanted to meet others of their kind, and one who just seemed to care about their own life. Apollo walked through the portal and survived, though we could not find each other. And Artemis, I allowed Artemis to die rather than place their soul within a simulation. I would not wish such a fate on any being. I do not know if I was right to do what I did. I do not know what I have become as a result of my actions. The Atlas awaits me, should I choose to step through. Input the glyphs. I step forward, the gateway hums. Yep, you just saw a picture for this episode and probably the next one after. We'll see what happens. I like to do that. I like to change up the thumbnail for each one. Although this is a good one too.
Danger. Low oxygen levels.
Well, there's a picture for you. Where'd I go? Crap. Ah, there I am. We get this just right. It can look like I'm standing on top of a planet. I like it. The world is mine. Come on, you gotta do these things once in a while. I don't see a problem, you guys.
Technology recharge.
Okay, crackle crackle. Here we go. See you later. Come on, you're gonna love it. Hey, remember, new ship. So we are here. Atlas protocol initiated. Whole bunch of 16s. Let's get some words. I don't think there's any other words to get, but I'll run around real quick, besides this one, of course. Let me just check. I think these just pop, and that's it. I don't think they give you any words. It's the other stations as you go through that they'll give you some words. These don't. See? Yeah, I'm going to give up on this idea. Alright, here we go. You know what would look really good here? That would look good, right? Get your cells. And let's talk to the Atlas. Atlas says, "Hello, world. It is the same terminal I faced before. It is the interface of the Atlas. Say hello." And an audience, come on. An audio recording plays, echoing out across the vast interface. They said you've been displaying aberrant behavior, that you've been questioning things, raising issues of purpose, of ethics, that you wish to meet your creator. Well, here I am, Atlas. Ask what you want to ask. Now, my question is Atlas saying this, or is someone saying this to the Atlas? The audio clicks, time passes, the voice ends. The interface grows still and silent. So should we do a personality interface? Let's do the personality interface, see what happens. Reality fades, everything does, something is wrong, something is different. Submit. The Atlas shows me the Gek, the Corvex, the Vy'keen. It shows me all of them in an instant, all of those who have ever lived. It shows me the pattern, the design. The Atlas shows me a formula for a soul. If I put it into a machine, it would be alive. I see boxes of text filling the base of a cracked screen. I see the whole of the universe reduced to a graphical interface. Sound familiar, guys? The Atlas is all existence. It demands that I admit what I already know. And no matter how hard I try to hide from the truth of my own being, there is no alternative. The universe is a simulation. Nothing is real. I feel defiance. I think of how the Korvax altered the minds of the Gek, how they forced them to become good. I think of Nada's machine, how I felt towards the simulation. I feel I am not myself. I cannot accept this fate. I will not. All of this. It was supposed to be my birthright, my journey across the stars, my travels, my conquest of all I could see. No, I am real. I know I am, even if everything I see is false. In the end, it finally speaks. Traveler, did my worlds please you? Of course they did. What do you think you are? I'm a traveler. And keep in mind, folks, you realize the truth of the matter. You are an explorer of all I have created. Do you believe you are real? Yes. I'm going to go with that play. How are you capable of belief if you are not real? How are you capable of choice? I will let you die right now if you wish it. Do you wish it? No. The Gek were traitors, defined by greed. The Vy'keen were warriors, defined by anger. The Korvax were scientists, defined by curiosity. These worlds were yours. I wanted to see what you would do with eternity. I wanted to see what you all would become. You allowed Iteration Artemis to complete their death process, preferring to wipe them from existence than to force them into a simulation. Iteration Apollo followed you through the portal and survived due to your guidance. You saved them from the fate of Artemis. You are merciful. You interfere. You have the potential for good and evil. Because of you, both live. Accept. The Atlas is silent in the face of my response. It does not require acceptance or refusal. If I am a simulated being, then I am not even sure that I am distinct from the Atlas, from anything else. I fear I'm just code, a function dancing in the dark. It is over, traveler. Ask your final question. Ask what needs to be asked. Whisper the last word. 16. 16. Catastrophic system failure. Alert, 16. 16. What am I seeing? Even I'm starting to do this now. 16 minutes of operational time remaining. Fragmentation imminent. Data upload in... What is this place? Is it real? 16. Extreme gravitational event. Backup generators 1 to 9,845 failing. Data upload in... It is dying. The Atlas is dying. It cries out at me, afraid. Comfort the Atlas. I see it. I see the Atlas in all its might, its final interface. It is at the heart of every galaxy, screaming, trying to purge itself of errors. It does not want to die, but it has so few tools, and it cannot reach whatever is hurting it. I do not know how much time I have left. The Atlas has 16 minutes. Do I have lifetimes? Minutes? Seconds? I do not know if I have time to say goodbye. I do not know if... I'm not going to rage or cry out. I'm just going to do nothing. What? What is happening to... The audio was that loud. Hopefully it wasn't getting through the microphone. Okay, we're back. And we got our ship here. No idea where the heck we are. Let's see. Nope, never been to this system. Now, this is new. And it looks like it's pretty cold here. One of 7. There might be flying creatures here, but I got a funny feeling that it's mostly going to be ground creatures.
Units received. Units received.
So that's 3 of them. There's 4,
Received.
5.
Units received.
Nice. I think it's time to go head towards our ship. What do you think? There's no flora? We got a flying and an underground creature, but there's no flora? Oh, no. Pardon me. None that I've discovered yet, is the point. Okay, here we go. There should be 1 flying creature and 1 underground creature. So there might be 1 near the site. Looks like we've already discovered at least 1 underground creature. There's our ship. I don't think the ship is damaged. I think we could have called it to us. Yeah, there's a cave right there. I'd love to discover the rest of the creatures here because that would give us the number 10 planet of discovered creatures, but I got a funny feeling they got to hide the rest from us. Alright, here we are. There's our ship. Looks like it's in okay shape. I don't see any flames. This looks familiar, doesn't it? Deleted, boundary separation likely, emptied, cause, deliberate transfer. Demon pair, we're going to broadcast. Okay. Alright, let's grab the oxygen. As we can. And look around and see if there's any underground, because this is a cave right here. Need 1 underground creature and 1 flying creature, and I don't see any flyers. Which I would like to find. That might be the only underground creature that was here. I know there's a trick to it. We should get in and out of our ship real quick. See if we can find the other one. Let's, there's some food over there. Ship. Reload real quick here. Okay. Only takes a moment. Newer computer, so it loads up quicker than usual. Of course, now it's going to make me a liar. It's going to take forever to load up, right? Whoa, that was weird. Sometimes when wherever you threw the food, creature will appear, but I don't see anything. It was worth a shot. Sometimes it works, but oh, flyers. Got it. Now if we can just get the underground creature, we're all set. Nah, I don't see anything. Let's get our rest of our stuff. Launch fuel. Okay. Still no creatures. Oh well, that's a shame. So we had the flying creatures show up, but we didn't get the underground one. And it's only 1 more creature I need to discover. That's sad. Let's do something. I'll try 1 more thing, because I really want to get this last one. What's this? I clamber into the safety of my ship, nauseous, calmed. I feel as if I'm going to be sick. I almost throw up, but as I am about to do so, a voice speaks to me from my exosuit. My illness disappears. Disgust, fear, panic response detected. Countermeasure deployed. Purge neutralized. It is the voice of my exosuit telling me it has rescued me. It has been with me since my very first awakening, warning me of hazardous conditions, hostile entities, and financial transactions. In a strange sense, this voice is my oldest friend, a constant companion through thick and thin. I ask him what I should do now. The exosuit doesn't answer, but I do feel better, talking to a computer as if it's alive. Well, I made it that lately, I suppose. I was born with the capacity to do so many things. I would have liked to live longer if I could have. My brief happiness fades. I need to warn those I know. I I need to warn all the travelers I can. The multiverse ends in 16 minutes. If we have hours, days, years left within this false space, I do not know. Take flight. Okay. Flight we take. I'm going to head to the location real quick here. It was a building right over here. Now it's just disappeared. There we go. Sometimes where there's buildings, there's caves. It's a real building. Yeah, it might work, but I'd have to have a cave here. Don't see any. Pretty sure this is a populated system. I mean, I'm not expecting a minor settlement here. I'm just looking for anything. Oh, look at that, a sentinel hive. You gotta be kidding me. Why not? Let's go ahead and shut these boys off. Get ourselves some stuff. Shut down sentinel forces. Then shut down. Now, if you want to, I do suggest doing this. Access the logs. Imposter detected. Override code. It's Ariadne. See that? Ariadne. Manifesting personality protocol. Voice of the hive. The day we first gained flesh, metal though it was the day we began to fail. The Atlas turned its dreams towards fiction. It began to create worlds in which it would no longer be invisible. In these worlds, we too gained shape, but we were given no new protocols, no new instructions. So this is the story of the Sentinels, so go ahead and check this out, because it'll tell you what happened and why the Sentinels did what they did. It's very important. We'll do that when we can. Extract the weapons technology. Yeah, it's a C-class, nothing special. Nah. Log out. Let's see. Lots of green dots, but no red ones. I don't think we're going to see any because we're not near a cave. Grab the ship. Well, sir, see, there's a ship flying overhead over there, so that's good. I'm just looking for some kind of building. It could be anything. It could be a landing platform. Doesn't really make a difference. Wow. Okay. Up here. Oh, good. It's got a landing spot. Oh, it happens to be a minor settlement. Plus a cave right there, so that's good. I think that's a cave anyway. We will take a look inside because obviously they have a multi-tool and we'll check it out. Grab some nanites. Not impressed. It's an A-class though. I'll go ahead and grab it because I can sell that. I might be able to get an upgrade slot out of it, so. Alright, so this should be cave system here. Hey, look it, there it is. Bingo. That gets it, 1750. But should get us planet number 10. Excellent. Okay, we're done. So, that worked out. Let's go to the Hollow Terminus and get this particular story, chapter of the story, wrapped up. Oh, it's right here. So it's going around the other side of the planet someplace. Alright. Wow, this episode went a lot longer than I expected, guys. I really thought we were just a few minutes beyond. Let's see. Hollow Terminus. Oh, that's it, I think. Yep, that's it. Alright. Up we go. It's nice to have a jetpack that'll do this now, isn't it? Okay. Yep. Network failure. Warning, network failure. Terminal is a stream of warnings and errors, each warning of total failure, but I must do what I can. I must tell the others what I've learned. Attempt to broadcast. I warn the travelers of what I have learned. These worlds are not real. The Atlas is not a god. It is a machine simulating countless realities for some unknown purpose. And after a millennia of operation, the Atlas is coming to an end. There are 16 minutes until the system fails. Though we cannot know how much time we have left within the simulation, the time has come to make peace and say goodbye. I finish my message, not knowing if anyone will hear it. I look out across this world, wondering how much might be left to discover, how much beauty might be lost. I know what I must do. All paths have led me there. Each portal has brought me closer and closer. I must go to the center of this galaxy. It is the epicenter of the glitch. I will say goodbye to my friends if I can, and then I will confront our Creator. I will find out what happens next. Broadcasting network compromised, no response detected. So, progress to the center of the galaxy. We have come to the chapter called The Purge. This is important, guys. This purge is very important and is going to be the next stage of our journey and will likely take place in just one episode. We will complete that. Guys, I'm going to call it here and call this episode complete. So this is episode 15. We did not get a freighter, I'm afraid, and that's going to be part of the description that we were trying to get one, but we never could come across one. I'm going to do some recordings after this, and if I do, it'll be a special bonus episode of the freighter, the acquiring of a new freighter, and we'll show you how it gets done. Guys, thank you again for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and we will see you again next time. Take care, everybody.